Hello and welcome to the SML podcast. I am your host, Primetime000, the commissioner and the GOAT of the SML. With me today is my trusted co-host, ZZ the Great. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, Prime? It's your boy ZZ the Great P4, and I am here for total access. And we have a fantastic show lined up for you this afternoon. We have a special guest in the house, the governor of the SML, the main man, three-time champion, Gov 23. What's going on, Gov?
Not much, man. How we doing over here? I just like to point out how he said "goat" real hard that time. Not like normally he's like the goat. You know what I mean?
I just wanted to throw some elbows there, just to let you know whose house you're in, So
I mean, it was my house last year. We'll just say that much. But,
all right, we'll see. Hey,
yeah.
you told me you're only as good as your last, and what happened? That's all I got to say.
That is correct. So I can't step on toes in that regard.
All right, man. You're a great
Yes.
player. You're a fantastic player. Great honor to have you on the show. Three-time SML champion, the governor, our
That's
current
not.
Eagles owner.
Yeah. Let's not take away from the Gov and what he's done for the SML, man. This man is a three-time champion. That is freaking impossible to do for a guy like me. And so we can't take away from that. My first question for you, Gov, man, is how are you the new Madden, man? Madden 20. What do you think about it?
I mean, I'm a little bit on the fence with it. I mean, don't get me wrong. We're having a little bit of success right now. We started off slow. I mean, I like the passing a little bit more, whereas you used to couldn't be able to throw over the middle, and now you
Yes.
can. But I don't like the fact that like you can literally throw over top of somebody 2 feet away, or you can't tackle somebody that's right behind you. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't like that aspect. But otherwise, it's they improve on things every year, and you can't complain all the time because you ask for a better game and they give it to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think what you're saying is that you can't get it all, and sometimes in
Yeah.
order to make some things better, they have to kind of tweak other things. And defense was like fucking off the chain last year.
Right.
So in order to scale that back, they made some changes on defense, which they made it harder to tackle. They made it easier to throw, and I think. And I think it's for the good. I mean, and overall, the game plays smoother. It plays way better. So, yeah, I agree with you, man. There's some things that are wrong, and some things that could still use some work, but just don't break anything.
Yeah, I like the running too. If the way when you hold the sprint button and you try to change direction, the guy don't stop.
Right.
It's a more
Yes.
smoother transition. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like you said though, you can't have everything, but there are a lot that got better.
Yes.
I think this is a good base for future Madden games. EA seems to have a problem of they don't listen to the fans, but when they do it in an excessive fashion. We wanted to see no super linebackers. So what if they do? It's like half the time the defensive players don't react. It seems like, but overall, I'm excited for what they have to offer. But as it was brought up in our Shotmaster interview, I hope the game doesn't get ruined when we jump into the next generation, like PS5 and so on, which is supposed to be coming out in a year or two. I hope that somehow they manage to keep the game playing well and not have a fallback or a regression of some sort.
Yes.
But switching gears, I kind of wanted to bring up there's an elephant in the room, and it got brought up a little bit earlier. And people seem to disrespect you in your three rings. I personally, I think it's impressive. I'm not throwing any shade. I give you crap in chat, but what's your thoughts on that? You're a three-time champion. What do you have to say to the people who say, "Hey, you know what? You were just a good team, and that's all you've done"?
It's lonely at the top, brother.
I mean, I get it. Nobody likes to see the people up top do good. And to a certain extent, I kind of understand when you got someone. I did. I agree that I started out with a really good defense, but I transformed that team into my team with the offense, which was a top ranked offense every season. And then I kept that team solid all the way throughout. Where, as we didn't get a lot of wins later in regards to Super Bowls, but we went to 6 conference championships, won a Super Bowl in season 6, which showed our viability. I feel like that far along. How many times do you see teams staying that viable that long?
Right.
And like I said, 6 out of 7 conference championship games. So they can hate all they want. It just makes me, have to prove them wrong even more.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Yeah,
Go ahead, bro.
six conference championship. That's pretty impressive. Last Madden cycle, I made 7 straight Super Bowls, so not quite as good as mine, but
Oh my God, you gotta do that now, huh?
What do you got,
Mm.
ZZ?
You always gotta pull out the
Well,
goat. You came up
well,
with the hitter again,
just to touch on the shade throne, man. I mean, people. I'm talking to the other 29 people that's in this league. This man is a player that's been here from the beginning. He knows the rules. He knows how we play.
Yeah.
He's won it the right way. So don't ever kind of take that away from him. I just want to say that real quick. But other than that, Gov, what are your expectations for Madden 20? What are some of the things you want them to change? I mean, I know we talked about it a little earlier, but what do you see that might be something that can improve?
I mean, truthfully, I don't want them to touch anything. When they start
Yeah.
touching with things get all kinds of whacked in other directions. People start
Yes.
complaining about it. Let's leave it the way it is and then learn the way it is now. Now we all know they're going to tinker with it, and then it's going to, cause more issues. It's going to change things that we're used to now, and going to have to adapt that way. But I just leave it alone. We
I-
have our game to tinker with other things. In regards to ratings or that stuff. The wind,
yeah.
CFM wind is always insane, but don't touch nothing.
Yeah.
Let us play our game.
And I agree totally, bro. I agree that we should leave this game alone. This game is working fine right now. We're having a great time with it. Let's leave it where it's at. Only thing that I would change is the time that you have to make defensive adjustments. That clock runoff
Yeah,
thing is
yeah,
really
yeah.
seriously screwing up, the time, especially with the new mechanics as far as adjusting defense. You have to hit R3 to adjust your defensive lineman and all that stuff. That takes time to get used to. And I think they do that kind of stuff on purpose just to kind of like, bolster the offense in the beginning. But that runoff, you literally have 5 seconds to make defensive adjustments, and that's not enough.
Yeah, and that's one. I mean, that's kind of what I was talking to. Don't change anything in the aspect of gameplay, but things like
Mhm.
that, like you get a 12-second runoff for doing a no huddle, which I understand as well. Like people rushing to the line, but some teams get to the line pretty damn fast.
Yeah,
You know,
true.
but so you at 12 seconds every time you're at the end of the half with 14, and you don't got no time to snap it. Come on now.
Yeah.
Things like that can be changed, but other than that, the actual gameplay, leave it alone.
Yes, sir. Prime, what you think?
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. They released one patch already. Didn't seem like it changed too much. So fingers crossed they don't break the game. But kind of switching gears, who are the toughest players in the SML that you've faced or you look forward to facing in Madden 20 or maybe in the past? Who's on the top of your list or the top three, top five, whatever you can name?
Well, I mean, obviously, number one is you. You're the only one that I actually track a record for against because of your history. But in the aspect of who else I think is top, I think honestly, I don't. There's a lot of new guys that look like they're stepping up. In my division alone, with Redskins taking me for a walk on the first game, you know,
Yeah.
I had to change some things around, and we have in 4 straight since then. I mean, in the aspect of who I think is the best, I would just throw it out there, just you and Haas, just from recent history. Us three are the three to beat.
Wow, there you go. I
Yep.
agree. I agree.
I
Haas is a hell of a player. Haas is a great player.
yeah,
Yeah,
I agree. I agree as well. I mean, there is an elite part of the SML, and I think those guys include Prime, yourself, Gov, Haas, the Grams, and I think I'm including Meats in this category as well.
Wow.
well, I
But
mean, listen, I don't want to put anybody in that kind of category other than those that have won. But I mean,
sure,
let's see
yeah,
others. Let's see others step up. I
yeah,
mean, let's have some other competition. I mean, that's the reason Prime's got his 12. I'm not, knocking his talent, but he didn't have that kind of fight like we have now.
Yeah.
yeah,
And he turned it on last year. Let's watch him turn it on again. Make him
Yeah.
turn it on again.
Oh, and Lawyer Killer, man. I always got to give my boy Lawyer Killer props, man. Even though he's on
Yeah, I
five.
know he's hurting right now though.
Yeah, he's hurting.
I've kind of got an interesting question to bring up. I've said it a few times to kind of stir the pot, but there is a little bit of truth to it. Future Empire is a player who's consistently in the playoffs, making deep playoff runs. Uh,
Yeah.
and then he seems to stumble in the playoffs. And I've called him the SML Dan Marino because he's always the hot pick What is the deal
Yeah.
with that, and why do you think that is? Why can't he win a big
And I
one?
hope he doesn't take this as a like a slide at him, whatever word you want to use for it. But he becomes too one dimensional, and you can
Mm,
shut him down easily. Like obviously, we all know his run game is fantastic.
Yes.
But once you should find out, who he likes to throw through to, is that when you shut that run down, you can cover that person.
Yeah.
Kind of can shut down his game. Now, don't be wrong. There's times where he got at me. Like I put up some points on him one game. Then the next time we play, it was a closer one. But you can kind of figure out his game fast. Now, if he
Yeah.
can become two dimensional, watch out.
Yeah. Okay.
He's got some talent stuff, and and I'm not taking away from him either. Like I said, me, you, and Haas, I would put in the top tier, but he's
Yeah.
right below there.
Yeah.
Among with a couple others.
yep, yep. That's about right. What is your Madden history, and how have you evolved to the point you are right now?
So obviously we all been playing for a while. I'm
Yes.
31 now, uh,
Hmm.
31, and I've been playing since the mid '90s, and came up through it and found out from some people with the Madden Challenge. Did a few of them, made it to the last bracket championship in Philly, which I don't know if you guys followed it all. Philly's always been one bringing out the championships, with Big Gene, mind you, a couple others, but and then I found a website called Lead Daddy back in the mid 2000s,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
followed through there a couple of times, had a bunch of leagues. I always had one, if not both systems going on, Xbox, PlayStation. So I was on one or the other. But I mean, I say probably about 2010, I took a break and didn't play until actually probably 2016 when
Mm.
I finally got the game. I'm like, let me get back into it. Started fell in
Yeah.
love with the game again, and I looked up on Google. I found the site, and literally the first team league website, whatever you want to say, on that forum I found was actually SML,
Huh.
Oh.
and they brought me in. I remember coming in, being Arizona Cardinals. It was the end of the cycle. It was actually in July,
Yeah.
and I beat his brother, who was a dominant Seahawks team at the
Yeah.
time, on a
Yeah.
fourth and goal. I remember getting all hyped, like, we back.
Yeah.
And it's just ever since then, man. It's been in the books. We battle back.
Awesome.
That's cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so we're doing a family. We're having a family. We'll do though, man. We took about a 6-year hiatus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
definitely brought my interest back in Madden. It was getting boring for me, and I'm not trying to sound arrogant or anything. It was getting boring. I kind of lost interest in the game, and some personal stuff going on. And then you whooping my butt really, really did. Like, hey, I don't like this. I don't like Governor coming up and to taking what I thought was mine. So you definitely inspired me to get back on the sticks and play some Madden. And you're a heck of a player.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, I no one expected, even myself. Like, don't get me wrong, I took the win because it was worth it. But when I was coming out winning by 20 some points, I'm like, where's he at? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So that when it got more competitive later on, man, it was just so much more fun. I agree, but I'm happy I did that for you. I know you got your stuff, I got my stuff. Everybody's got their own, but it makes it more
Yeah.
fun when everybody's involved and more competitive. More competitive. Excuse me.
yeah,
Uh, I'm the first one here to say, man, that having you guys in the league, the top tier guys between, like you say, you and Haas, Prime, you guys are what make this league go around. I mean, because you guys are the guys to beat. You guys are the
Nah,
guys we all try.
before you keep going on, man, it's the people like you, ZZ. As much time
Yeah.
as much time as you put in there,
yeah,
even when
Yeah.
we play, and I might be taking advantage, crushing you and all that. I have a lot of respect for you, where I won't even put up touchdowns anymore because I don't want to make my man look bad.
Man, look here. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. Score on me all you want, brother. I'm gonna still be here. I'm gonna be here hyping you guys up, hyping
Yeah,
up the playoffs, man. Win or lose, baby. I'm here for this league, man.
yeah, I
And
hear you,
that,
man.
no,
And that's
no
that's
matter
what I'm
what
saying.
y'all
It's
think.
people like you,
Oh,
ZZ, that make the league go round.
0-17, baby, and I'm here the next day, still like it's a brand new fucking league, and we're gonna win the Super Bowl, man.
Right.
I
I don't know. I guess it's my own personal feeling is that I just
Nah,
have a
nah.
lot of respect for you. I appreciate what you do.
Yeah.
I don't want to put you
I,
down like that.
I appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, man.
But step on me like you step on anybody else, bro. It is what it. I gotta learn. I gotta learn the hard way like everybody else.
Yeah.
I'm
Actually,
working on.
speaking on stepping on, it seems like it's a little bit harder this Madden. To touch back on Madden again on what they got going on. Like it definitely seems like it is an any given Sunday type of game
yeah,
that they got
Yeah,
going on right now.
yeah,
Now, obviously certain you can find ways to win, but that's the one thing I'm actually really appreciating about this game is that it's in more of a realistic aspect in that regard, where anybody's got a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more competitive. Yeah.
Who would you say on a competitive note? I mean, let's take me out of the equation here. Who would you say your biggest rival or the player who you want to really just stick it in? Who is that?
I mean, it depends on how you take it. You got in pardon the language and all, but you got the shit talkers out there, where I love putting up all the points I can on NYT. You know what I mean? And,
What
and then,
about this
but
new?
and in regards to competitiveness, it'd be Haas and Grams. I would
Yeah.
say, Grams was meeting in the Super Bowl. He gave me a hell of a fight. It was a great game. Haas put me out of the playoffs a couple times, at least once.
Yes.
And you just gotta look. It depends on how you look at it, I guess.
What about the new Lions owner? He's been giving you shit, here and there.
I mean,
Are you looking to crush
if
this
I
guy?
got walked on 27-0, I'd have a little bit.
Oh
Neck.
man. Oh.
You ain't got no chance to score no points and can't put up no yards. I get a little pain in my back too.
Oh man.
My usually when you guys touch on me, I always say my favorite quote is elephants don't deal with ants. That's what I always say.
Right.
Yeah.
Listen, man, and I kind of blame myself for putting myself out there the way I did. I wasn't able to play the game as much as I did, so I did a little bit more research than I usually do.
Yeah.
And I found out some things and made it my own, and people are trying to take me down, trying to say it's other than what it is. And
Yeah.
and I'll take the heat for that. I put it out there, but
Yeah.
I know what I can do, and I know what the rules are. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to. I don't cheat.
Not only did you put it out there, you put it to the TMZ of
Oh,
the SML.
TMZ.
We all know who that is, right, Titans? You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Come right at NYT. What's up, buddy?
Nah, that's our guy, man. We
Oh
love him.
Lord.
Oh yeah, we love him. We know that. Yeah, me and him used to play a bunch of games together too. Me and him meets and Oshi. And we all shit talk. It is what it is.
What do you think about Meats? He's a it seems like he's a rising star in the SML. Do you think he a championship caliber player?
No, and I hate to say it that bluntly, but I don't. Like, he folds so
And I
easily
love
in the
this
playoffs.
guy.
It is, I truthfully, I do hope he does successful, but I mean, judging by recent histories, as soon as he gets to the playoffs, he's a folding chair.
Oh shit!
Oh, this is great. I love this. This is fantastic.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yo, when you win, you can talk. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
Right,
Yeah.
that's what you're supposed to do,
Yeah.
baby. You're on
Yeah.
top of the world, man. Like you say, like I said, it's lonely at the top. So fuck, who else you supposed to
Right,
talk to?
right. I know.
Oh,
Now, truthfully, looking at the standings I have recently, the one team I will say I got my eye on is Oshi.
Yeah.
Oh
He
shit!
seems like he's got some stuff together over there.
Yeah, man. And Oshie has always been a perennial player. He's always top notch. He's always his user skills are phenomenal.
Yeah, he's got great
yeah,
user, yep.
yeah. You got to watch that guy at all times.
Somebody
Yeah, I mean, and then being up top, you still got to look and see who's trying to come for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As of right now, you got Prime on that side, and I'm on this side. We just hoping to see each other. Then,
Yeah, I can't wait because I'm gonna freaking bend you over and stick you in you at 10 inches.
Come on now.
Whoa!
Wait a minute. It's legal now. It's legal now, so I can say what
Oh
I
yeah,
want.
wait, Fuzzy ain't around.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
yeah. But
R.I.P. R.I.P.
so that Bucks owner, Noel Overlord, he's undefeated. Have you catch on any of his games, or do you have any comments on him?
I did, and I like what he's doing with that team down there. Obviously, Tampa's not a top quality squad, and I actually got to catch what he did against who was a two-step.
Yeah.
And the Rams. I got to catch some of that game, and I like what he did. He was consistent. That's what I think kept him alive. Is what he did was his consistency, and he didn't let Donald get to him too much. And when you stay playing your game, that makes you hard to beat.
Yeah.
And that's what I saw he does. And I'm, but like I said, we're ready for anybody.
Yeah.
Right,
I got one, ZZ. If you don't.
No, go ahead.
Another one is, who do you see as we talked about Meats being a rising star, and then you just shot it out of the sky. So who is a rising star that maybe hasn't won a championship that has a potential to be a champion?
Well, I think I mentioned them earlier, and I don't want to knock other people that I know are up there. Like, I'll mention them just for the sake of mentioning them. Oshie, Grams, the Bills owner over there, he's doing well as well. But just from personally who I played already this season, before I really got into the game, that Washington Redskins team, and Yeah, my man that makes them videos all the time.
Yeah.
He's got some talent on his hands over there, and just to stick with it. I
Sorry.
believe that he's got a chance. So I mean, we'll see how it goes. Now I know what I'm doing, and
Yeah.
got my hands on the sticks again. We'll see what happens the next time around, but I think he's got some chances to make something happen over there, especially tying Gramps. And Gramps got a great team.
Yeah. What do you got, ZZ?
No. I was just gonna say, hey man, it's just been good to have you on the podcast, man. You giving us some great insight, man. The Gov, and we're gonna
Yeah.
call him the Gov, pull no punches.
Smoking gun, dude. This
The
guy's a freaking
smoking
nut
gun.
job.
Yeah,
Hey,
man. As for even though Prime's like 9 championships ahead, I'm still the second winningest ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so
yeah,
I'm up top too.
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
right. That's right. That's
Uh,
what it is.
the Gov is the only player in the SML that has a winning record against me. So I'm gonna slowly climb back, and I'm gonna slowly go over you. And when I do, it's just gonna get ugly. It's gonna be 50-point wins. I'm just gonna be 2-point conversions, diving in the end zone. I can't wait because
Big one against you there.
you're
Diving in the end zone, you're gonna get
yeah. I'm gonna get kicked. I'm
suspended.
gonna get kicked from the league, man. But I don't even care.
He said, truthfully, and I know the rules and all that, but when I was putting it on Prime the one time, I wanted to do the celebrating into the end zone and all that fun stuff. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just because. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You I think you posted a picture of chocolate milk or spilled chocolate milk.
Oh
Yeah. I don't
That big
forget.
ass splash of chocolate milk. I
I
remember
don't, I don't forget nothing, just so you know. So, hey man,
All
it's
right.
a pleasure having you on the show. You're a great player and a great asset to the league, and that's all I got to say. So, ZZ, why don't you close this out?
Well, hey man, I just wanted to say, hey government, I kind word. You are a big part of this league because not only with Prime, the with you being the champion, that's who the people are gunning. So it's like I always say, it's the Jordan, it's the Tiger Woods, it's that X factor. Everybody wants to
Yeah.
take those guys down, man. And with you being that guy and the personality that you bring to this league helps elevate the league.
Yes.
So I always know that you're always welcome here at the SML, and you're doing a great job.
Yes.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man, and and all the fun we had on the show, and joking around with some people. I just want everybody to know that I respect all you. I love all you.
Yes.
Even though we talk some crap smack in the chat,
Yes.
if you guys were to be in town, anybody's welcome in my house. You know what I mean? I love
Yes.
everybody, and that's what this league makes this league great. Great.
Yes.
It's
Yeah. Hey man, it's all in good fun, fellas,
Yes.
man. SML.com if you want to join. Look at YouTube. We got
it's
all
gonna be up
kind of
there one day.
tons of video. Yeah, this is gonna be the biggest league on the PS4. So if you guys are listening to this on YouTube, SoundCloud, anything that you can hear it on, know that this is the place to play. Because if it's in the game, it's in our game.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget it.
Yes, sir. Thanks, guys, for listening, and you guys take it easy.